Welcome to the Get Published podcast, sponsored by Brodie Consulting Group. To get more information about our coaching, publishing, executive ghostwriting, and podcast production services, go to getpublishedpodcast.com. Hello, I am Paul Brodie, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Get Published podcast, where we help authors get published with a proven system that works. And today, we're continuing our series about virtual summits, and we're talking about admission options and speaker engagement. So in our last episode, we went through a ton of information in regards to the virtual summit hosting and the different options that we had. And I'm not going to give you a huge recap on that. Point is, check out the episode because we covered a lot of the main pieces that you're going to need on the technical side of things in regards to your webcam, microphone, the equipment you want to use for hosting, what you also want to use to record the interviews, and it's well worth checking out. We also covered the different options that you have for hosting because there are a lot of options and it can become quite intimidating. But now that we're past that, I want to talk about some different options. So our strategy, and the big question is always free versus paid, right? Well, our philosophy is we want as many people as possible to attend our summits. And how do we do that? By offering a 24-hour complimentary admission. Very simple. A free registration where they can access the first 24 hours. So I'm going to lay out exactly what we did with the Get Published Summit. When we invited people to check out the summit, when we had our speakers promote the summit, we had them specifically promote their episode. So when they went live, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, we had them promote that day. And what happened was we sent them an email that they could utilize, which stated, hey, I'm speaking at the summit today. Here's the link, which was their affiliate link. You can access a free pass where you can watch the interviews for 24 hours. So how it would work is if someone was fully committed to watching all the interviews, then they could do so with the free registration. However, if they didn't have time to do it, and if they still wanted to access those interviews, not only beyond 24 hours, but also once the summit concluded, then we offered the premium pass. And I've seen two different ways that you can call this. You can call it the all access pass, or you can call it the premium pass. Personally, I like the word premium. I think it adds a little bit of prestige to that. But what you have to also realize is you have to give as much value as possible. So it's not about just giving someone lifetime access to those interviews. You have to give them more. And if you've heard me in the previous episodes, I talked about offering transcripts. I also talked about offering MP3 files. And I emphasized the importance that on the day that you did those interviews, so let's say on a Thursday that you interviewed someone, you had a great conversation, you got it recorded, then I suggest you did a few things. The first thing, check the interview, make sure everything looks good. If it does, upload it to Vimeo. In addition to that, extract the audio. The program that I suggest is a free program called Any Video Converter. It's what we use. And we converted that file into an MP3. We then uploaded the MP3 to Dropbox, where we had a specific file in there that had the MP3 audio. In addition to that, we would then take that MP3 audio file and send it to rev.com and utilize their artificial intelligence option where they will actually transcribe all of the text of that interview for 10 cents a minute. How much is that going to cost you? Not very much. For our entire summit, I believe I spent around $60 some odd on getting all of those files converted to text. And that's the other thing. Try to do this as close to real time as possible. What I mean by that is today, you do the interview, and then just what I mentioned. You check it, make sure it looks good. You upload it to Vimeo. You extract the audio to MP3. And then you send an MP3 file to Rev. And then within 5 minutes, you'll get the file. Once you get that file, which you can then download in Microsoft Word, go through it. You're going to probably need to spend about 15 to 20 minutes editing the file. You will also need to make sure you put time, not necessarily timestamps in those, but you need to be clear who's talking. So if I'm talking, you would start with Paul Brodie, what I'm talking about, and then let's say Adam Hoagie. Let's say I'm interviewing Adam, then Adam Hoagie, and then his words, and then when I'm talking again, you would transition that to Paul Brodie again. You want to do that so everything is as smooth as possible, and I will tell you, you will have to do some editing. One thing about public speaking, there's always going to be some ahs, some oohs. Those words are going to come up. It's just human nature. Some speakers will be minimal of those. I will tell you, however, I had a couple of speakers where I believe there's probably close to 200 ums in a 30-minute interview. It's going to happen. You're not really going to notice it too much on the video side of things, but you will notice it when you are doing a transcription. So I just wanted to lead off with that side of things, because these are the things that you're going to need to do if you are wanting to create a premium pass. You're going to need to offer transcripts. You're going to need to offer audio. Those are two of the best selling points, because that way your participants, your attendees, they're going to be able to get those audio files and they can listen to them in their car. They can listen to them on their phone, however they want to do it. But there are also people that like to read transcripts. I had people specifically ask for transcripts, and I mentioned, well, I don't offer that with the free registration, but we do offer that with a premium pass. We made sales by doing that. So these are the things I highly recommend. I know I've brought this up a few times already in our previous interviews, because it's that important. And it's important to do that as soon as possible to save you more work as you wrap it up. Because again, I learned this the hard way, and I do not want to have you guys do the same thing. So that's what I suggest in regards to your admission options and also the different things that you want to offer. Now, you can offer other things too. You could create a little bundle of products from all your speakers that you could add as additional bonuses into the premium pass. But at bare minimum, what you want to offer is going to be the transcripts and also the MP3 audio files. Those are two great selling points. And the easiest thing to do, create folders in Dropbox. And then once your people, they make those purchases, they buy the premium pass, then it's super easy for you. You can send them an email, welcoming them on, where you're going, hey, this is your all access pass. This is the link to access all the replays. And then here's the link to access all of the MP3 files. And here's the link to access all of the transcripts. Done. And for your first summit, that is what I recommend. If you want to get fancier in future summits, go for it. But in regards to your first summit, the main goal is to survive it and to do the best that you can. And that is what I recommend. In regards to speaker engagement, that is key. And I'm not talking about just making blanket emails for everyone. Now, we did that a couple of times in regards to the leaderboards. The other ones that we wanted to do were going to be as personal as possible. And that's when we sent individual emails to our speakers going, hey, thank you so much for being part of the summit. Really appreciate it. Your interview is going to go live on Monday, or your interview is going to go live on Tuesday. I've already created an email for you if you're open to doing it. I have inserted your affiliate links. We double checked it. Everything's good to go. You literally just have to cut and paste. Pop it in your email, whatever your CRM is, whichever it's MailChimp or Infusionsoft. I was joking on calling it Confusionsoft. But wherever it's going to be, whatever service that you use to email your list, then it's literally a copy and paste. The thing that you want to do with your speakers is you want them to have an easy, simple, smooth process. And how do you do that? You create custom emails for them. And I only suggest creating one. The day that they're actually going to be promoting the interview. Now, you can also do a second one where you go, hey, can you send this out on the last day? This is a final offer for the premium pass. It's completely up to you. But at minimum, have them promote the episode that they're going to be live on. So if they're going to be live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it is, have it set up for that day and make it as simple as possible. Put their affiliate link in. Do everything for them where all they have to do is literally a copy and paste. It takes them a moment. It's going to make it much easier for them to promote it. Now, as you're going through this, the competitive spirit is always a funny thing. People like to compete. And in my industry, I deal with a lot of people in the publishing side, a lot of marketers. These guys are awesome. They're alphas. They are, and competitive people. And a nice way to drive a little bit of friendly competition is to have a leaderboard. Now, I don't have a leaderboard in regards to who buys the most premium passes. I have a leaderboard for who is bringing in the most registrants. And we did that. There was actually several emails that I sent out going, hey, we're now on Wednesday. These are the leaders so far. And then these other people, their interviews are going to go live on Thursday and Friday. So we expect that their interviews are going to be moving up in the rankings in regards to registrations. That ended up having several of our speakers send multiple emails to their lists because they didn't want to be in last place. They were competitive. And it was funny seeing how the rankings would change. So one of the things I do highly recommend is definitely have a leaderboard. Another thing is give value. One of the things that we did as an automatic, we gave every single speaker a premium pass. Every speaker had a premium pass. They had the transcripts, the MP3s. We also gave them a chapter in our multi-author book collaboration, which is a project we do every year. This year we're doing our Get Published Business Book Volume 2. So we gave every speaker a complimentary chapter as a thank you. So always giving value, always showing gratitude, always showing appreciation. And in that, we actually shared with them on the final email that we sent. So the final email, when we're wrapping up the launch, we're going, by the way, thank you so much. Below is the final leaderboard. And by the way, we really appreciate everything you've done to support the summit. Here is your premium pass. Here are the links for your transcripts. Here are the links for your MP3 audio. And we'd like to also give you a complimentary chapter in our upcoming book collaboration. Very simple, showing gratitude, and then staying in contact. Getting them on if you have a podcast, or just reaching out going, hey, just want to see how things are going. By the way, I'm going to be doing another summit in a few months or early next year, and I would absolutely love to have you on again. Would that be okay? And already getting that commitment early. And that's what I'm saying. This is not a sprint. It is a marathon. And the most important thing with speaker engagement is showing gratitude, is communicating consistently, communicating directly with them versus just a blanket email, making it personalized, and then giving them some gifts, showing some appreciation, and then keeping that relationship going. I was very fortunate. A lot of people that were part of our summit, I consider now friends. I actually interviewed someone earlier today that was part of our summit for our podcast. And we've done that with quite a few of our speakers. It's just keeping the conversation going and building those relationships. So for admission options and speaker engagement, these are the routes I definitely recommend that you consider as you build your own virtual summit. Thanks again for joining us today. To learn more about how you can be featured in our brand new Get Published Business Book, go to getpublishedpodcast.com.